Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and this is our daily show. We're going to be talking about the NBA slate on Monday, January 22nd. Very excited about what's on the board so far. We have 4 plays for you. Before we get into our plays, though, if you've never tried Prize Picks, use our promo code at the bottom of the screen, and they'll double your first deposit up to $100. They're going to match what you put on, so if you deposit the whole 100, you'll get $200 to play with. Just throw that code in there, and they'll hook you up with that deal. And if you're new to our channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell if you want to be able to jump on these plays and get the value early. These plays get bumped a lot. They get removed a lot on us, sometimes before we even get the video out, sometimes 10, 15 minutes after the video is posted. So if you're pretty serious about jumping on the value early, just make sure your notifications are on as well. And if you guys don't mind, do us a favor and like the video. It's the best way to support the channel. It's been helping us grow at an awesome rate. You guys have been killing it. We really appreciate everybody, and we just love the community that we've been able to build with your help over the last, this is our first year doing it, so we're super excited. You guys have just done amazing things for us, and we can't thank you enough. So yeah, if you don't mind liking the video, that's the best way to support the channel. And yeah, these are the plays we're getting into. I'm going to be taking Julian Champagney for over 14.5 fantasy score, and Derek Lively for over 8 rebounds. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, I'm going to be taking Donovan Mitchell for under 43.5 PRA and Victor Wembanyama for over 21.5 points.
All right, awesome. Well, before we break these down, we want to tell you guys about Chalkboard, which is another platform that we've partnered up with. We're having a lot of fun with it. It's kind of similar to Sleeper, kind of similar to Prize Picks. It's just another prop betting platform. But they don't do flex plays, but it's because they give you the option to adjust all of your props to the lines that you feel most comfortable with. If you're really feeling confident about a play, you can actually bump your line up. Like the Derek Lively play, I could bump that up to like 10 rebounds and get a much higher payout on my slip. If I'm like, I think he can hit this, but I'm a little nervous about it, I could bump it down and get a lower payout. So you build out your slip however you want. We've been able to get up to 100x on a 5-man slip. It's a lot of fun, and they do bets for just $1. So you can go make a bunch of slips on there. If you're interested in checking it out, use code BACKDOOR and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. There is a link in the description of the video if you want to check it out, guys. All right. So breaking down these plays, I believe we have an 8-game slate, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't double checked it, but that's what I remember us talking about last night. 8 games on the board. And I'm really excited about these 2 plays. So I'm gonna try to get through them kind of quick so they don't get moved. But starting with this Champagney over 14.5 fantasy score, it's the Spurs, so we always have to be a little bit concerned about blowout, especially when we're talking about 76ers here. We got a 237 over under with the 76ers favored by 14. I do expect, there's definitely chance for blowout here, but the Spurs, I'm not too concerned about the minutes going away, as they've got such a young core, and Popovich is constantly trying to work on his rotations. When they're out of a game, it's like, okay, what can we learn from this? What can we build on as a team? So you don't really see their minutes just going completely out the door in cases of a blowout. He lets them, work on their game, get their reps in. So if we take a look at him here, he's been just killing it lately. So I'm breaking down his PRA. I'm breaking down his PRA because Outlier does not have fantasy score. But anyways, when I say he's been killing it, I mean in relation to what his lines have been set at lately. So his lines for PRA have been set at around 11.5. He's gone over this 7 out of his last 10 games, but you can see all this green. He's been trending. He's been getting more consistent. And I don't know. He's not like too crazy with blocks and steals, but he's kind of middle of the road. He gets it done. He has some games where he gets like at least 1 or 2 blocks and steals, and he's had 7 out of his last 10 games with at least 1 block or steal. The reason I bring that up is because fantasy score on Prize Picks gives you 3 points for every block, 3 points for every steal. So we always try to look for someone that's giving us something on the defensive end when we're taking fantasy score. But this line is set so low at 14.5. And I think he could get this done for sure, since he's been really getting after it, especially in these last 5 games. and his minutes have been slowly increasing. You can see though that it's exciting where this line's at, because the most minutes he's had in the last 5 games is just under 23 minutes, but he's still getting all this done. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, just getting a lot done in that amount of time. So with this fantasy score line set at just 14.5, I feel really good about that, because if he gets a block and a steal, or if he gets a block or a steal, that's already 3 points right there. So we just need like 11, 11.5 would be our number to clear for the rest. So yeah, let's jump over to daily grind. So for the fantasy score, they have this relatively juiced to the over. They have it at a 51.15% odds to hit. And the reason that the actual odds they have is showing a -104 is because a lot of these other platforms they're comparing it to, actually the only other one that has it is BetMGM at 14.9. So since we have that discrepancy there, they're showing you the odds at 104, but they're showing you that they favor it to hit because they recognize that we have that lower price tag on Prize Picks. So that's going to be my first play I'm going with. It's just a really low mark for him to hit, and I think that they're really excited about what he's been doing. And yeah, so actually, I don't think I talked about the matchup. If we look at the matchup, it's somewhat difficult when it comes to one stat line, which is assists. They're 5th in assists allowed, but they're 24th in rebounds allowed to small forwards and 10th in points allowed to small forwards. Again, I don't want to spend any more time on this. This is just such a low-hanging fruit type play at just 14.5. So that'll be my first play. My next play is going to be the Derek Lively over 8 rebounds. Very excited about this play. Let's take a look at this over under real quick. We've got a 238.5 over under with Boston favored by just 2.5. So this should be a fun game. And with Derek Lively, he's gone over this actually. Yeah. Okay. So they have it at, let me see if I can change that. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it because Prize Picks has it at 8. Everyone else has it at 7.5. But he's gone over this just 4 times out of the last 10 games. But this guy, we talked about him early in the season, and he went on a heater for us. He's basically who they want to be their new franchise big man that Luka has needed for a long time. Another thing I want to mention is Kristaps Porzingis is out tonight. If we look at what Lively has done in his last 2 games, he's went for 12 rebounds against the Pelicans, not an easy matchup, and he's went for 11 rebounds against the Lakers. Again, not like an easy matchup. When we take a look at this matchup against centers, it's pretty difficult. They're 2nd in rebounds allowed, but again, we've got no Porzingis tonight. And you can kind of see his minutes trending with the games he's hit. He went for 10 when he got 31 minutes, 14 at just under 35 minutes, and then the last 2 games, 26 minutes, 28 minutes. But yeah, at the beginning of the season, we were talking about this kid. This kid he's a hustler. I think he's going to fit in well with the Mavericks. They've just been kind of working him in and out of game script. But I like him to go over this tonight at just 8 rebounds. I think he can get this done. If we hop over to Daily Grind, they do have this favored slightly to the under. Since it's at 8, I think it's because of the discrepancy. Most odds makers have this at a 7.5, and Daily Grinds, their system recognizes that it's like, well, Prize Picks has this at 8, so they have this just slightly favored to the under, just under 51% odds to hit at a -119. But I'm going to be taking this because we got no Porzingis tonight, and we've got someone like Lively who 8 rebounds is not hard for him to get, in my opinion. So these are the 2 I'm rolling with. You want to get into yours, Jordy?
Yeah, man. So to get me started here, I'm going with this Donovan Mitchell points, rebounds, and assists under 43.5. This is just a really hard line for him to clear, especially in this kind of a matchup. He did clear this last time he played Orlando, just barely. But if you look at his last 20 games, he's only gone over this in 8 out of 20 games. So pretty good odds on this one. And it's just a really tough matchup, and 43.5 is pretty high. They're 9th in points allowed, 10th in rebounds allowed, and 3rd in assists allowed. So he's going to have a pretty tough night tonight. If you look at the over-under on this game, it's not a very high over-under anyway. It's only a 215.5, and the Cavs are favored by just 2 points. So unless he goes just for a crazy shooting night, which is possible. I don't see him clearing this. His typical shooting night is around like 26 points. So, just if you don't like it, you don't have to play it. But this one's pretty juiced over here on Daily Grind. It's a 53.4% chance to go under, minus 135. So I feel pretty good about this one. Let me look at the injuries here. So Karis LeVert's a game time decision, still no Mobley, and Jonathan Isaac's a rest. So is Markelle Fultz. So nothing too crazy, honestly. So Darius Garland's obviously still out with the fractured jaw. But I'm going to be taking, for my next play here, I'm going with these Wemby points. This is one I feel pretty good about. It's not juiced to go over. Some people have it juiced to go over. You can see like Caesars and MGM and DraftKings have it to go over, but I think that's just what the majority of players are taking. For over 21.5, he's done this 8 out of his last 10 games. And this is just a good matchup. As tough as Philly is, they're not very good at covering centers. And Wemby's just turning into one of those guys who can score just at will. He's getting more confident. And, with his minutes, he's still around 24, 25 minutes a game. So, he's going to have to get this done pretty quickly. But he's been doing it like a lot. So, over his last 20 games, he's only gone under this 8 times. So, pretty good odds to hit. Daily Grind does not have this juice to go over. They have it juiced 52% to go under. So just keep that in mind. I feel really good about this play though, because I've taken centers many times against Philly, and they're just not very good at covering them. Embiid is, he's an okay defender, but he's a better scorer for sure. And they're ranked 27th in points allowed to the centers, giving up 20.4 points a game. So with just how easy it is for Wemby to score, I feel pretty good about him going over 21.5. So yeah, I'm gonna be rolling this one for sure, and that's the 2 I've got, man.
All right, guys. So right in the middle of filming, they removed that Champagney play from the board. That's still going to be my official play. I think it'll be back. They might just bump it up a little bit. We got it at 14.5 earlier. Our Discord got it at 14.5 as well. But if it goes up, honestly, I'm okay taking it even at like 15.5. I wouldn't probably take it at 16 fantasy score, but I think it's going to be back. So I'm going to keep rolling with that, but I do want to give you guys a pivot here. This is kind of just last minute, literally as we were wrapping up this video. But just a pivot for you guys, I'm going to go with Jaylen Brown over 9 rebounds and assists. This is kind of just like a last minute pivot, but he just went for 21 against Houston. So I'll be taking that for more. Also, just what we had talked about earlier with Porzingis being out. I like him to have to pick up the pace a little bit on rebounding and assisting the ball. He's going to have to score more too. So if you like his PRA, feel free to go with that. But if Champagney comes back and he's at like 15.5, I would rather have that than the Jaylen Brown play. We just like to give you guys 4. So keep your eye out for the Julian Champagney fantasy score to come back. If not, if you're looking for a pivot, I would pivot to this Jaylen Brown rebounds and assists. If we hop over to Daily Grind for Jaylen Brown, they do have this rebounds and assists juice to go over 9. They have it at a 51.45% at a minus 124 odds to hit the over. So that's going to be my pivot play. But definitely keep your eye out for that Julian Champagney. If you can get it, if it comes back at 14.5, then definitely jump on it. But I would feel comfortable taking that at 15.5 personally. So go with your gut. But these are the 4 that we are going to be rolling with. And if you're interested in checking out the tools from Daily Grind, they're our official partner. They've been with us from the beginning. We have nothing but good things to say about those guys. They've been so helpful to us with growing our channel. And they're giving all of our viewers 25% off of any of their tools for your first month. So you can check out the link in the description of the video. Just make sure you put in code BACKDOOR. It's just one word, and they'll give you 25% off. Also, if you want to check out Outlier, the statistical analysis app that we use, they're awesome. I think they're the best in the business for being able to just check up on injuries, check up on like what players do with or without other players in the game, what they've done all year. Like the stats, the information you get on Outlier, it's incredible. and they'll give you a 7-day free trial. There's a link in the description of the video. You can try it free for 7 days and see how you like it. That's what we did when we first got into it, and we never stopped using it. So we love that app. Check that out. And we're going to be spending all day today working on our Underdog build. We just signed a partnership with Underdog, and we can't wait to start putting out Underdog content because we've always loved Underdog, from everything from fantasy, regular fantasy stuff to prop plays. We just big fans of them as a brand, as a company, and we love their like user interface on their app. So I know some of you have already said you're excited for the Underdog videos coming. We're going to be working on that all day today to get our build out set up for the Underdog show. And if you want to try Underdog, use our promo code BACKDOOR, and they will match your first deposit up to $100. Put 100 on, you get 200 to play with, and we can't wait to get into it. So if you want to check that out, there's a link in the description of the video, and just make sure you put in code BACKDOOR to get your 100% deposit match. And if you want to check out our Discord, we'll be in there posting pivots, posting like new plays we're getting into. Just a great resource as a community. Link in the description of the video. That's going to do it for us, guys. We hope you have a great Monday. Looking forward to getting back on our normal schedule for the week, coming out of these playoff weekends that have been kind of crazy for us with our schedule. But yeah, we're looking forward to getting back on track here, and we hope you guys have a great day. We'll catch you tonight in the next video.
Good luck, guys.